Hi everyone, hashtag B1 Less News and hashtag CDC Whistleblower and another episode of hashtag Educating Ben. Hi, Timothy Welsh at Tanner's dad. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Well, thank you so much yesterday. You were one of our mad retweeters. We tried to get out more photos from this epic event yesterday. The first thing I want to say to people is this was a success of epic proportions. Huge shout out to all the incredible ladies that I met for the first time up in Sacramento. You know, Dawn, Sylvia, Kimberly, Laura. Wow, what a rock star group of people that made this event a huge success. It ran seamlessly. Everybody was in red. We had 1,200 people sign up with them as being in attendance and wanting follow-up information. We had over 1,200 people testify. The little snafu was that despite our best efforts, it still passed through the health committee 6-2 with an abstention from Hernandez. But we knew that was going to happen, but we didn't want to tell them that was going to happen because then nobody would have shown up. We knew that was going to happen. It was still unbelievably important what we made happen yesterday. So this, I'm just at Tanner's dad looking through his pictures. This is one of the photos. This is Kennedy speaking. And then this is just, oh, there's my Mary and my crew from LA right there. How cute. Oh, there's Carrie. Okay, so let's go right to business. Sorry, this is going to be quick. I'm exhausted. I drove till 3 in the morning, and Tim's got to go to work, so we're just going to get you guys going. Can you quickly, Tim, talk about Periscope and how we need to try to utilize it for some of these events?
Periscope is a new app that's in development, and it looks like what they propose to do with it, it's going to be the instant media sharing app of the future. And so it's still in development, but you can do live shows, and we've always had difficulty getting live video to Twitter as fast as possible. This is actually, you can be live right on the spot.
So what you need to do is go to Periscope TV, and the mistake I made was I tried to learn how to do it, load the app, get it going, and I shot a bunch of Periscopes thinking they were tweeting live to my Twitter feed, but they didn't. They're just on my phone now, so I need to go now through a second step, which I wouldn't have had to go through had I taken the day before to play around with it, make sure all the settings are correct, make sure it's loading on Twitter, make sure your friends can retweet it, and then you're set to go. So between now and the hearing on the 15th and all the other states that are working on this, load Periscope, figure out how to use it, make sure it's working properly, and then go to these events and use it in real time. It minimizes the amount of energy it takes to get things onto Twitter. Okay, now let's go here. This is another beautiful picture of it was every demonstrations, everybody will now be trying to do what we just did in Sacramento because it was outrageous. And my favorite thing, and I'll be loading pictures later today at Now in Autism, was when I went back behind the crowd to try to get a sense of how many people were really there because you couldn't tell. It was too deep if you were on the front side. Even when I went up on the steps, I couldn't assess the depth of how many people were there because I couldn't see past them. So I went to the back and I found all the kids. There were hundreds of kids running around behind this group with their moms, with their strollers, their sippy cups, holding signs, and I will be loading those magical videos later today. This one really quickly, we're going to get you the rest of this information today. I was able to spend some time with my buddy, Dr. Brian Hooker, did a quick little video. He didn't even know I was videotaping and was like, oh, okay. I said, what's the most important thing that people need to do in the world of activism right now as we kill all these bills and we move into the next phase? And he, of course, agrees that we need to be completely focused on killing all of these bills in a state by state, day by day. Who are we calling today? Who are we tweeting about today? What's our action item for today? And never miss that urgency component of it. But he said the other parallel thing that needs to be going on is William Thompson, who is the hashtag CDC whistleblower, has been is asked to be subpoenaed. The only way he can maintain his whistleblower status and not get in trouble and lose his job with the CDC is if he is subpoenaed. We will be getting you the name of the person we need to gracefully target for that purpose later today. But in the meantime, here's a meme we've seen going around that talks about please subpoena William Thompson. So Kelly Fincher, shout out to Kelly Fincher, who is at Healthy Own. We love her. She does such an amazing job. She's a great one to retweet, and she's got a lot of these pertinent memes in real time. Okay, so now what do we got here? Oh, that was the one I had there. Now we were going to go to Instagram, and we're going to demonstrate this new feature. I'm on Tim's feed right now, and Tim, I want you to demonstrate as I go through it this new feature. So I'm on The Worst Is Over. He should be home in a day or two. And no, is that the one we want to do? Let's skip that one. Let's go here. No, that was for this. Okay, so let's say I want to retweet this, Tim. Can we go over that feature really quickly? So I've clicked on the tweet, and it's expanded, and now I have a retweet button. So I'm going to hit the retweet button, and now tell me what's changed about Twitter and how vitally important this is to our tweeters.
We've basically doubled the capacity of our ability to tweet. We've gone from 140 characters now to 280, and you have the ability to put a tweet on top of somebody else's tweet. So somebody doesn't use the hashtags or links or videos or pictures that you would like to see that give solid information to what they've tweeted out. You can now, they get credit for their tweet. We just are adding a little bit of sustenance to it that makes it a full meal deal. So in the past, we just kind of had to grab bits and pieces, and sometimes people didn't get credit. Sometimes we couldn't fit in all the links. We're expert now at getting things into 140. Just imagine when we have 200 and 280, we can do so much more now.
So he had created this tweet just so that we could use it, and it doesn't have some of the hashtags that I want to put it in those files. So what I did, instead of just hitting the retweet button, I hit the retweet button, and now I'm able to add something. So I added hashtag B1Less, hashtag CDC Whistleblower Rock Solid, hashtag SP277, and I'm going to hit tweet, and then that's going to add that to those files so that people will see it. Excuse me one second. Okay, so I was up at, like I said, I drove actually until 3:30 in the morning, so I'm like on fumes, but let's get this done. Okay, so this was what I just tweeted. This is from Instagram, Tim's account, so let's play this and tell me,
The worst is over. You should be home in a day or two.
okay.
We can't hear it.
You should be home in a day or two.
Do you have a volume on that?
That's as loud as it goes. Okay, so let's get out of this. Let's shut her up. Okay, so really quickly, that was Tim was able to watch the SVU unit or whatever, where they did a whole story about suing a mother who was trying to educate people about vaccine safety and vaccine injury, and actually participated in getting some kids some records. Turned out a kid had measles, and they sued the mother. And so there's tons of great Instagram feeds that @Tanner's Dad has for that. But the thing that we need people to understand when you tweet this is that this comes back to, it's all about discovery. If this happened in real life, which it never will, it would result in discovery, which is all we want anyway. So don't get scared by that. Plus, all we ever do is share the truth anyway. Okay, now I need help. Please, please, someone help me. We need help. tinyurl.com SP277 Health Committee. This is the link that you can get the this list right here. You can go to the Senate Health Committee right here and watch the video. what I need from you is a timestamp. We need somebody to take some time when they're out and about on their phone, and all you're going to do is timestamp with notes. Like you're going to say at 3 hours and 20 seconds, I'm sorry, 3 hours, 20 minutes, Hernandez, no response from Pan's office or whatever. And then we're going to be able to have our people take that to Twitter, but we don't have time to go through it in real time. So like if you see a great piece of testimony, you're going to give the timestamp, the name of the person, and what they said that you thought was profound. If somebody can find my testimony, I'm interested in that because I challenged Ben to a dual debate, and I'd like to tweet that to him. Okay, so now Kelly Fincher, again, she's at Healthy Own. Here's what we need from our tweeters. We need you to use multiple hashtags for all of the photos from the event, because you can cross-reference hashtags in Twitter and it narrows the scope that much more. So for the photos from the unbelievably successful event yesterday, we use hashtag CDC whistleblower, which you always use hashtag SB277, which is the file it should go in because of what it contains, and then add hashtag B1less, and that's going to be where we're going to find all the photos for this event. I guess we could create a hashtag for that, but I don't want to confuse people. This is Kelly, who created all these montages from her phone. She must have worked her ass off yesterday doing this. It's just amazing what she created here. So that's it for me. Call to action. Is someone please go to tinyurl.com/SB277 Health Committee, choose the Health tab, go to the video with a piece of paper and a pen or a Word document, or open up a thread for this, no matter how you do it. Start time stamping different things that are important. I'm going to create a thread in the Health Freedom Group to do that. Anything else, Tim? What do you got?
I just really want to stress that yesterday's committee meeting was just one strike in one inning in the first inning of this battle. And we should be, you get a little bit excited when that first strike goes by, but you have two more chances to swing for a home run plus a whole game ahead of us. And so if anything, between all those things coming together, with a committee hearing, with a rally, with national TV having a story about us and displaying us in such false light, and not telling our true side of the story, we should be all invigorated again to go for the next round and the next round.
Well, but I would use a slightly different analogy. It's like we were playing football, and every time we got to the score line, the umpire blew the whistle and said, "I'm sorry, you cheated, red flag, you're ejected." Because we won yesterday. There's no question we won. What's supposed to happen at a committee is the committee is supposed to listen to their constituents. And we outnumbered the other side probably 200 to 1. And the other side was, and this is one of the things I need the people who are going to be time-stamping, is I need timestamps for all the testimony of the other side. I need the name of the person and the organization that they came from and the timestamp. And then I need someone like Lori or Saku or someone else who's researching the money side of this to look up all of those organizations, who they donated to the campaigns of, and we're going to create a grid of all the people who testified, donated all this money to all of these people that supported this bill. And it's going to be one ugly looking document when we're done. And the people who I'm talking to about collecting that data know who they are. So collect that data. We'll put it all together. All the people who testified on the other side are all making money off this bill. So love you guys. See you on Twitter. Anything else, Timothy?
Praying for your families in our country. Let's do this.
And we got this. Yesterday was just the beginning. I've never seen so many people so passionate, so committed. They are not letting this go. Ben, if you are listening to this, or Sam, or Tiffany, these parents are not going to let this go. So no matter how you decide on this bill, you better make sure you're considering this group of people that's growing that are not letting go of this issue. We have #OneIssue. See you on Twitter.